Two of the more interesting artifacts we have in the Holland Land Office Museum are two medals that belong to Civil War hero Charles Rand. Charles Rand was born here in the then village of Batavia. If you know where Mancuso's bowling alley is, there's a muffler shop right there in the parking lot, and his house was there. That's where he was born in 1839. And the story goes that he was at a luncheon at the Old Eagle Hotel, which was on the corner of Main and Court, right where, around where HSBC Bank is today. And a telegram was received on April 15th, 1861 from Abraham Lincoln. And the telegram said, "We need 75,000 volunteers to fight in this war of the rebellion." And an older gentleman, a guy by the name of Mr. Glowacki, who was one of the community leaders, he looked at the notice and said, "Look, because I'm too old to fight in this war of the rebellion. It's up to you young guys to do it." He said, "Who will be the first? Which one of you will be the first?" And Charles Rand raised his hand and said, "I will. I'll be the first volunteer." So now he's credited with being the first volunteer of the Civil War. From the state of New York in the 1890s, he received a medal called the Order of the First Volunteer. And we have that Order of the First Volunteer on exhibit at the Holland Land Office Museum. Also, on July 18th, 1861 at Blackburn's Ford, Charles Rand was part of his unit, the 12th New York Volunteers. And it was their first battle, their first trial by fire. And the guns started going off, and his regiment turned and ran, everybody except for Charles Rand. And he stood there and he stood his ground. And for that, he received the Medal of Honor. Now, Charles Rand used to comment on it. He said, "The reason I didn't run, it's not because I was brave. He said he was afraid of getting his back full of bullets." And we have his actual Medal of Honor on exhibit.